EA Sports coverage of the National Football League comes to you from Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Set, waiting. Mott's 56. What we got? 40 got.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now Stafford, and his throw is incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it's second down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game. I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game, too. Call it a loss of 8 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Set, 250. 56. I can't believe they let you play. 54.
Throwing again is Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Now left side on the swing pass, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll run with Barton. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. The quick slant caught, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. He finds an opening past the 40. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Hey, gun! Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Here we go. 180!
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score of Lions 7, 49ers nothing.
Here we go. 180! Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch the safety creep. 12, fellas. Here we go.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Bravo! Check 9. 21.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4. 11.
1, Omaha. 21.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
San Francisco.
21.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Got the connection here to Bourne. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 18 yards. 1st down, Niners.
Hey, alert!
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Hey, exit.
You're not ready. Mike 51. Mike 51.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Here we go.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the 1st half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters.
21.
And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. Emmanuel Sanders, touchdown, 49ers. Emmanuel Sanders, 61 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
White. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. 21. Here we go.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo taking a shot for Samuel. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Garoppolo to try again on second down. It's caught by Coleman. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
First down, San Francisco.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
13. Hey, Haywood.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
21.
Take four.
58. Orbit.
And let's get this.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. This is caught. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you... usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Switch up, switch up.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, Stafford nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter.
Alert!
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch twist.
Lock, lock, lock.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Stafford. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Here we go, here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And a pass complete here to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
Now Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. It's caught by Sanders. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They will run again with Coleman. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A 5-yard touchdown run as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. And the lead is cut to 2 here in the 4th. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Here we go. Black 80. Check. 21.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
21.
On second and 11 now. Garoppolo looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 19 yards that time for number 19. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Hey, Charlie! Oh, here we go!
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's able to bring it up.